Rivers are an integral part of our planet, and the work and course of a river are very interesting to note. Today we take you on a 360-degree tour of a river right from its source to its mouth and introduce you to all the unique landforms it creates as it travels. Join in to experience this extraordinary journey of a river. The journey of a river from its origin in the mountains, flowing down the plains and finally joining the sea is an interesting one. The profile of a river can be broadly classified into three stages, namely upper course, middle course, and lower course. In the upper course of its flow, the river is in its initial stage. When the river tumbles over a steep scarp face and falls down a substantial height, a waterfall is created. Usually hard rocks form such scarp faces, and the soft rocks lying below them are eroded much easily by the river. This difference in the rate of erosion along with the impact of the falling water leads to the formation of a plunge pool at the bottom of the waterfall. Jag Falls, Angel Falls, Niagara Falls and Victoria Falls are some of the world's most famous ones. Tributary streams bring in more water to the river and increase its volume. If small hard rock outcrops appear in the course of the river, then the river jumps over them forming rapids. In the middle course, the gradient is much gentler, volume of water is higher and load of rock materials is also increased. As a result, this stage is characterized by less vertical downcutting, more valley widening and some amount of deposition. Meanders and oxbow lakes are two of the most distinctive features formed in this stage. Meanders are S-shaped loops or curves formed in the course of the river when it debouches from the hills and flows through the plains. The huge volume of water and gentle gradient causes meander formation. On the outward bend, the river erodes while it deposits materials on the inner bend. When a meander loop becomes too large, it gets truncated from the main course of the river and forms an oxbow lake. In the lower course, the flow of water becomes very sluggish due to the very gentle gradient of land along with the huge amount of sediment in the river water. Rapid deposition of silt and alluvium takes place along the banks. The river valley becomes very wide due to the huge volume of water and deposition on the river bed causes reduction in depth. As the volume of water is high and there are lots of alluvium deposition on the river bed, often the river overflows its banks and causes floods. Two of the most characteristic features formed are deltas and estuaries. Towards the end of the river's course, the main channel breaks up into a number of smaller streams called distributaries which finally drain into the sea. These distributaries together look like the Greek letter delta, hence the name. The delta is an area of very fertile alluvium and most of the large rivers form deltas such as the Ganga Brahmaputra, Godavari, Nile, Wangho and Mississippi. Estuaries form when the river course is comparatively shorter and passes mostly through hilly or plateau areas and directly debouches into the sea. Estuaries are like narrow inlets through which the river joins the sea. For example, the Narmada River in India. Thus we get an idea about the way a river originates high up in the mountains, creates stunning landforms such as V-shaped valleys, gorges, waterfalls and rapids. Then as it reaches the plains, its flow characteristics and landforms transform into broad channels, meanders and oxbow lakes. Finally, towards the end of its journey, The sluggish river, with a huge volume of water, deposits its silt, forming deltas and in some cases estuaries, eventually draining into the sea.